Hey gang, in this upcoming episode, Mike's going to dispel some misconceptions when it comes to home invasions. I know I plan on paying close attention. You should too.
Hey guys, Mike Lamb from Stoic Ventures. I'm in the house today to talk to you guys about home defense, home invasion. All right, traditionally the last few segments we've been doing, they've all been out on the range. We always have a certain mindset when we're out on the range, all right? And we tend to relax and get out of that mindset once we get back to our homes. And that's fine. But we still need to be vigilant, all right? Home defense, home invasion, there's a lot of misconceptions out there about how these things are actually going down. And don't get me wrong, every scenario is different. But like I said earlier, I have the privilege of being able to train a lot of law enforcement agencies here around this great nation of ours. A lot of the trends that they're seeing, because I ask them about it every time I travel in different parts of the country, what is exactly going on? When are break-ins, when are home invasions, robberies, burglaries, when are they actually happening? And the majority of them, guys, are happening in broad daylight, all right? Now, I know most of us that keep a weapon in the house, we tend to keep it in our bedrooms type of thing because, hey, you know what? That's where we're the most vulnerable. We're in an unconscious state, we're sleeping, and our biggest fear is waking up and having the boogeyman standing over top of us, and we want to have that weapon close, all right? If you're training and just kind of preparing yourself for that, you're already setting yourself up for failure. You're behind the power curve, all right? What these officers from these different agencies have been telling me, the biggest trend is that most of these break-ins are occurring during the day, typically between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Why? Okay, a lot of times, people are at work, and 3 p.m., well, if there's kids, that's when kids start coming home from school. All right, so how does that go down? Okay, right now I'm sitting in the house, I'm relaxed, I'm having a cup of coffee, thinking about things. I'm not anticipating, I'm not expecting to get hit. That's when I'm vulnerable, okay? I'm not telling you guys to be paranoid, I'm telling you to be prepared, all right? Having a good relationship with the neighbors. So when I'm not here, people are kind of looking out, knowing what vehicles are coming in and out of the neighborhood. Okay, if you see something suspicious, vehicles parked around there, check it out. What can I do to be prepared? Hey, even though I'm home right now, I've got the doors locked. These guys, like I said earlier, to beat a scumbag, you got to think like a scumbag. All right? So we always want to give the appearance that the home's occupied. Okay, they don't want the hard target. I told you before, most of these break-ins occur because people forget to lock their doors. Okay, don't let that complacency set in. It's going to set you up for failure. All right, keep your blinds drawn. People don't need to know what you have in your house. They don't need to know what you're doing. Okay, those layers of security. All right, so right now, if I'm sitting here talking to you, somebody starts kicking in the door. What do I do? Okay, what is my plan? Do I have a cell phone with me? Do I have a weapon on me? Do I need to go into the baby's room and get the baby and get the heck out of here? What's my plan? Okay, you need to start thinking of these scenarios, okay? Because that one scenario of, hey, I'm asleep in my bed, and I have my gun there and everything's gonna be okay, it's really one-dimensional, guys, and that's not how it goes down, all right? So when I'm sitting here, what do I have on me? Me, personally, I've got my cell phone. I've always got my cell phone on me, all right? So I've got it right here. I'm able to, if I need to call 911, do what I got to do, I can. All right? A lot of us, when we get home, if we have our CCWs, like, oh man, hey, that was a long day. I'm home, taking my gun out. Okay, now I can sit down on the couch and relax. Hey, if you're going to carry this, it's just an additional luxury to carry it beyond. All right? Keeping it on you at your home, keeping it near you, keeping it safe, keeping it under control. Hey, that could be the one time you need it. You don't want to need it and not have it, okay? How bad would you feel if something happened and you knew that there was a gun in your home less than 2 or 3 feet away from where you were and you couldn't do anything about it, right? It really undermines the whole training principle, okay? Have a plan, guys. Constantly think about, and not in a paranoid way, but just think about what would you do if this happened? Right now, if somebody started kicking in this door or was walking through my backyard, what's my plan? Am I going to sit there and stare at them for 15, 20 minutes? Am I going to call? Am I going to get my family rounded up? Am I going to get my weapon? Am I just going to open the window and say, hey, what the heck are you doing on my property? Think about it. Have a plan, all right? And don't just train for the boogeyman at night. The boogeyman comes out during the day, all right? Most of the time, they're doing the reconnaissance, knocking on doors, seeing if you're home, all right? Be aware of that. Be vigilant, talk to your neighbors, and have a plan.